Greetings, children. Welcome to yet another educational session or informative session. Anyways, what we are going to learn today, Cbse grade 8, chapter 2, Reshaping India's Political Map. This lesson is from Macmillan Publications, Footprints, part 1. And this is completely historical topic. So, what do you mean by reshaping India's political map, and what does this tapestry of the past means? Tapestry of the past is mentioned in your book. What is tapestry? Tapestry is nothing but, in general meaning, is a decorative wall hanging. But why this term is mentioned in your book? Here, tapestry refers to beautiful collection of different historical events. I said tapestry is a decorative wall hanging, right? In the same way, this chapter is going to be a wonderful different collections of different historical events and how they changed the political map. What do you mean by reshaping India's political map? Why it is not physical map? Why it is not outline map? Why it is not river map? Whenever the position or borders in a map changes, it depends on how it is being changed. River might change its path, rarely. Outline map is different. Physical map talks about the physical features, other minerals, every other details, sources that is available in a place. But political map depends entirely on the leader or the ruler or the king. If the king is powerful, he will expand his kingdom. If the king is not powerful, if the ruler is not powerful, another ruler will come and capture your kingdom, and so your border changes, your country shape changes. So that is what we are going to learn here. What happened to the Indian subcontinent during the Sultanate period, and what happened after that, and who tried to beat whom. This is what we are going to learn in this chapter. I want to address one more thing. This chapter in Macmillan book has totally 32 pages. 32 pages including the book back exercise. Without book back exercise, it is 28 pages. But do not worry, I will keep this as interesting as possible because we are learning history with me. Let's begin this session. Here is the lesson. Okay, my dear children, let us go to page number 25. Let me explain what is there in this page. There are three different segments in this page. First, there is a timeline historical timeline flow chart. What happened from 11th century to 12th century. There is a small flow chart kind of timeline map. Next, there is something called let's get started. They are just asking us how life changed from ancient period to modern times. We all know how the life was in ancient times and how sophisticated modern life we are living today. And next paragraph, that is the one above, connect to history, that is a small paragraph. That is the proper introduction to this chapter. With that, let us see what we are talking in that chapter, in that paragraph. They are talking about the medieval history of India. Medieval means center part. There is an ancient part, there is a middle part, there is modern times. So middle part is called medieval period, and for India the medieval period is from 11th century to 17th century, children. This is what we are covering in this chapter, 11th century to 17th century. And you know what happened from 11th century to 17th century? First thing, trade thrived. Trade thrived in the sense trade was increasing, business was increasing, more people were making more money. So trade thrived means trade flourished. Good business was happening. Trade thrived. And you know what has happened? New urban centers were emerging. New urban centers in the sense cities and towns. Urban means cities and towns. Rural means village. So imagine in the medieval period from 11th century to 12th century we had cities, new urban centers. Emerged. Okay. And one more key event, happened during this period, one important key event, that is art, architecture and literature saw a remarkable growth. What do you mean by art, architecture and literature? Architecture, we all know, every king will build their own style of buildings. So architecture saw a great improvement. Art, drama, singing, painting, sculpting, all these arts saw a remarkable growth. People were enjoying and creating wonderful art. Even literature was growing. What is literature? All the writings are called literature. The drama, the poetry, the story, the novels, all this started seeing remarkable growth. So what are they? Art, architecture. Of course, every ruler will have a different style. So, architecture will be different under every king. Architecture and literature grew. Okay, literature. Grew is the past tense of grow. Grew. And then, here is the key concept. Children, please note, here is the key concept. Different kings, empires and kingdoms started shaping the borders of the India. Different kings came, different empires came, so the borders of the nation was keep on changing. So during 11th century to 17th century, new kings and empires started shaping and changing borders. This is the nutshell of the topic. Nutshell in the sense short story of what is happening in this chapter. Next, the same page number 25, there is something called connect to history, that we try to quickly close what is connect to history, what is given there. Please take a note of this mind map. Page number 25, connect to history. The connect to history talks about one particular word, children. It's called me. Why this term is used in history? Medieval means Middle Ages. As I said previously, ancient age, Middle age, modern age. Throughout every parts of the world, we have old age, Middle age, New Age. This is the New Age. So, but this term medieval was used in different time periods. For example, if you take Europe, they use medieval for two different timings. One is the fall of Roman Empire, that is the 5th century. That was also mentioned as medieval period. In the same Europe, Renaissance. Renaissance means new age, new beginnings. After 15th and 16th century, there was new beginnings in social life, political life and economical life. This was also mentioned as medieval. So, they are giving more importance for the usage of the word medieval, okay. And even today in this chapter, we are talking about the medieval history of India. And why historians use this periodization. Periodization is dividing time as per the king's rule or as per the social changes, economic changes or inventions or new ideas comes into picture. All this they will categorize according to which period. For example, per day we have 8 to 9 timetable, right? 8 to 9 periods, right? And every period is divided as per this subject. In the same way, each and every part of history is divided into different timings, different periods. And we are talking about medieval period. Next up, page number 26. And what is there in page number 26? The rise of Delhi. Stay tuned.